Okay, quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. And so for today's video, I want to jump into a quick one about brutally honest advice that can help you build self-confidence. And I think a lot of people lack this in this modern age where we're all hidden on our couches, safe from the world, responding to people on social media, typing all sorts of gibberish, safe in the knowledge that nobody can touch us. I think it's kind of bred really a bit of a nation of cowards, and I think a lot of us lack self-confidence to say what we mean or just front people out in the real world. And there are loads of circumstances under which self-confidence is massively useful and helpful in your life. And I think to lack it, you're probably doing yourself a bit of a disservice. So people will tell you, just be confident, blah, blah, blah. They don't tell you how. That's not helpful. So stick around. I'm going to give you the raw, no love lost advice that may actually help you build some self-confidence. And by the end of this video, you'll walk away with practical, proven methods, and I've employed these myself, even uncomfortable ones that will build real-world self-confidence that hopefully will last. So let's get into it. So number one is to simply do the hard thing. Now, whatever it might be, we've all got probably one or two hard things that we have to do in a day. If you work in a call center, your hard thing might be that first cold call. If you're a motivational speaker, that hard thing might be public speaking. Maybe you're not very good at it. Whatever it might be, even if it's just asking for what you deserve, whether it's that pay rise or that promotion in your job, whether it's love and attention or whatever from your partner, do the hard thing. Two reasons. One, you do the hard thing, everything else that you do in your day will be gravy because that was the hardest thing you had to do in your day. Get it done and get it out of the way. Simples. And the second reason is it gives you a little ping of serotonin. You'll feel like you've achieved something. And that achievement, knowing that it was the hardest thing you had to do in that day and you've done it, you've got rid of it, that should give you a little uplift and make you confident to do other hard things. Maybe you can find other things that are difficult, that weren't scheduled for that day that you can just clear. Gives you the confidence to push forward. Number two is to prepare ruthlessly, and I really do mean that. You need to, I guess, insights build through preparation, and then that helps you plan ahead. And I think there's an old sales adage that was fail to plan to fail, and that is true. Life is much easier, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's planning an itinerary for your holiday or just your working day or whatever it might be, planning how you're going to approach a conversation that you've got to have, asking for that pay rise from your boss that you've not had for 18 months that you feel you massively deserve. All of these things, even for a job interview, plan ruthlessly. The results, the outcome will probably be much better for it. Number three is to measure success in actions, not in outcomes. So an example of this, let's just say that you've tried something 10 times, you've had one win. Well, you could see that you've had only one win, or you could reframe that and you could say, look, I've had 10 lessons. There you go, mindset. And Jocko Willink, have a look at him on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. He's massive on reframing. And that brings me to number four. Reframe negative feedback. Think of it as free data for you to act upon, not as personal failure. And I can't say any more than that. Another one is body language. And again, enough can't be said for body language. Small physical changes can affect mindset. When you speak to somebody, don't slouch. Sit upright. When you talk, sometimes to get a point across, people gesticulate with their hands because it emphasizes what you're saying. And that's true, body language. And again, going back to sales, there is a sales technique when you're doing face-to-face sales that's called monkey see, monkey do. And that's as you're explaining something to somebody like this, and you're saying, look, this product's amazing. You're nodding your head and Eventually, the person you're talking to, they'll start nodding their head whilst listening. Subconsciously, they're acknowledging and agreeing with you. So body language can be a massive influencer, and it can help build confidence. It can also help portray confidence, as can that. I need to stop saying and That's a really tough one, and I am trying to put things in place so that I stop saying and But there you go. So number 6 is consistent breaks to your limits. Show up even when you're scared. You might think that you've hit your limit, the top end of your capabilities, the threshold for your pain, whatever it might be. Break these. Don't set a limit. Don't set a threshold. Show up. Do whatever needs to be done, even when you're scared to do so. Just dig deep. And again, once you start, you're scared to do something. You might be scared, I don't know, for myself, maybe the first parachute jump that I did, I was scared. But then I couldn't wait to do the second one, because once I got over the initial fear of kneeling out of the doorway of that plane at, 10,000 feet, the first 5 seconds of falling were a bit brown trousers. And then after that, it was amazing. Probably one of the best things I've ever done. And I couldn't wait to do the second one. So a lot of the times it's our own fear that holds us back, and you need to own your fears. Joe Rogan bangs on about 2 people that live in his brain when he's doing ice baths, and this is a great analogy. He's basically got the general and he's got the bitch. And the bitch is Joe, and the general is the one that's just saying, don't be a bitch, just go and do it. Just do it. Man up, do it. And he has to listen to the general when he's going to do an ice bath, because his inner Rogan is telling him, no, don't do it. It's going to be freezing cold. It's going to be horrible. It's going to hurt. And the general is just shouting at him, going, do it, do it, do it. And he always listens to the general. And once he gets out, he feels amazing, and it sets him up for the day. And that's part of it. You need to own that. Listen to listen to the voice in your head that's telling you to do it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I think that was the name of a motivational book a few years back. Track progress. So that's another one. You need to track your progress. Data builds belief. You might not think you can do something. Gym tracking is a great one for this. You might not think you can bench press, 100 kilos. But you track your progress over time, and you use an app, and the data shows that you might put 5 kilos on the bar every week, or even every couple of weeks. But slowly, that's going up, and that belief that you will eventually do it will empower you to be able to do it. Again, building confidence. Serve others. So confidence also grows when you're no longer the center. And that's important, because it's not all about you. As much as we're selfish and we like to think it is, it's not all about us. We need to serve others. Another one is to celebrate courage. Don't celebrate perfection. And it takes a lot to do any of this. It really does. It takes a lot to prepare. It takes a lot to do the hard thing. These aren't easy fixes, but they are ways that accumulatively, you employ 1, 2, or even more of these at a time, and you'll start smashing through goals. And you'll realize that you've got the courage to do these things. You've got the courage to take on new challenges that otherwise the old you, the not confident you, would have shied away from. And that can embolden you to instill that in others, and that's fantastic. But it's not always about perfection. Again, going back to embracing measuring successes in action, not in outcome. It's not all about perfection. It's about the steps that you took to get there along the way, and also what you learnt about yourself. Very often people will do challenges. They'll set themselves colossal challenges. It might be something like a Tough Mudder, like a notoriously painful assault course. It might be something like a business challenge, like growing income or growing customers or daily grind, whatever it might be. It could be losing weight. It could be anything. But you need to celebrate the courage that you had to attempt, to try, to do, not whether you made it or not. It's the attempt, and that's what will build self-confidence. It's about reframing it. You mustn't see something that wasn't a win as a loss. Just see it as a part of the learning process. So look, those are some steps that I use to help myself become a bit more confident. It's not something that I've always had, and I still need to remind myself from time to time. And part of that is the reason that I've got a series of books that I read. I did a video on them, but nobody bloody watched a while back. And yeah, stuff like that's important to me. Look, it was a different video today. I want to also say thank you for the 1,000 subs. I did mean to make a video on it about a week or so back when it happened. I completely forgot. I've been snowed under with gigs. It didn't go unnoticed. It doesn't go unnoticed. And yeah, look, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. If this resonates with you, give it a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it might be. YouTube's going to put another video up there. Watch it or don't. It's entirely your choice. And yeah, all that jazz. Goldman, peace out.